the bounty hunters? I have 3 things to do, and it still feels more akin to staring down a plasma rifle. Slithern notes as he adjusts his jacket a little. Is this a little small? Just a little. Still works, though, Cindy says as she frets around him. We've been much more focused on making sure your implants are the right size, as you still have a bit of growing to do. The sterling white uniform was an undaunted, formal outfit redesigned for a Nagasha, mostly in that the jacket and shirt were so long as to completely cover everything. He may have the delicate bits vanish into a pouch when he needs it to, but it's still considered fairly crass to show off that bit of scale. Even if legally he doesn't have to, he suspects a pervert in the judiciary system, one who inspired many others long ago and made that little oversight commonplace. Don't be so shy. You're a handsome young man, Cindy encourages him. Even with this? He asked, gesturing to the scarred left half of his face. The rest of the galaxy needed a fighting chance, she says, and he snorts. Good enough to eat, huh? I wasn't going to go there. But easily, Cindy says in a playful tone. And stop worrying so much. All you have to do is thank the person giving you the trophies. That's all. You know your manners. You've thanked people countless times. But never with an empire-sized audience. And do you think they're all going to reach out and gag you? You'll be just fine, Cindy assures him before a timer goes off on her communicator. Oh, I need to start getting ready myself. Will you be all right? I will. It's just nerves. They certainly like to do things the fancy way in LeBlanc, don't they? Everyone has their own standards, and the ones here can get pretty pretentious, Cindy confirms as there's a knock on the door. Slithern sends the command to have it open through his implant, and in walks his father. Am I interrupting? He asks. He's already in his full formal outfit and looks like he's ready for a night on the town with the Russisch style of his hair. Just enough to look flippant, but not outright disrespectful. The kind of style rarely seen outside the illustrations of hollow novels for the desperate and lonely. No, but still, this is all really too much, Slithern says. What, you think they're going to just throw the metal at you and run away? Gregory asks in amusement. Well, no, but... Slithern pauses, processes the mental image that just pops up and snorts. Imagine if it was. They'd probably have a pneumatic launcher for them to make it all official, with some grand-sounding count like the Holy Hand Grenade. His little mental image gets him some snorts of appreciation before Cindy kisses him on the cheek and then scurries out to finish getting ready herself. Besides, just remember, this is them flailing around and trying to look good after you did good. They may have the style, but you've got the substance, Gregory says, and Slithern smiles. Gregory smiles himself before placing his fingers together and leaning to the side. Then you get to have some real fun with them because they're inviting the snake into the chicken coop here. They're making you noble, meaning they have to bow and scrape. Your evil plans can commence. Yes, excellent. What evil plans? The evil one? Put the right spin on it, and petting a kitten can be evil. Slithern complains and Gregory shrugs. Well, shit then. I guess just your regular plans. But evilly, Gregory jokes and Slithern chuckles. I think you need more than rubbing your hands together and a wicked grin to be evil. We're not too late. I'm sure we can get some bones and skulls if you want to go out looking the part. Gregory teases him and Slithern scoffs. And what? I wear that as my helmet? Slithern asks as he points to the shelf which holds the axiom ride head of the Gestalt. Do you want to? Gregory asks, and Slithern pauses, considers and thinks this through. It might set a bad example, he says after a bit. Fair enough, Gregory says as he reaches out and tucks Slithern's hair behind his ear. You've got nothing to be ashamed about, but if you do want to hide it, I just finished with this yesterday. He hands Slithern a small jewel that has an almost invisible image in it, and it's held in a Kutha mounting. Gregory taps his forehead and Slithern puts the jewel there, right where the scar meets the unmarred skin. There is a slight tingle of something happening in the axiom, and Gregory then points to the mirror opposite of himself, and Slithern turns. His face is unmarred, unhurt, and the illusion matches his facial expressions. He goes to feel his now undamaged face, but it's just an illusion. So, If you still feel bad about it, this is a stronger option than your hair, but the choice is yours. The image in the jewel is my face before the scars, isn't it? It is. So you're looking a touch baby-faced, more 15 than 16, but that's not too bad, is it? Could I slap this on Jade's forehead and see what happens? Slytherin asks with a laugh as he takes it off. Yeah, it's yours to do what you want with it, but there's a chance of losing it if she throws it away. Girl is strong, Gregory says, and Slytherin looks at the piece of jewelry for a bit. There are several Nagasha cultures that make use of such jewelry in both men and women. His Hardytail lineage had a bit of that, but it was considered ritzy and a waste of money compared to really good food, comfortable clothing, or games. He turns the small bit of axiom jewelry in his gloved fingers. Things like this are expensive, useful, and just plain incredible pieces of both art and axiom. He then considers things a bit. He puts it back on and looks at the illusion of his undamaged face again. There is a yearning. It plucks at his chest as he slithers up to the mirror and just looks at his own undamaged face for a bit. You won't get mad whether I wear this or not? Slytherin asks. Your face, your choice. I'm just giving you options. Gregory answers. Slytherin then smiles as he gets an idea. There is a musical jingle that is in fact the trill speech pronunciation of Most Sacred and Divine Empire of LeBlanc, as spoken by massive crystal chimes on the imperial heartworld of LeBlanc, the point from where the empire was born so long ago. A series of young players strike the bells with crystal hammers in time to the tune, and as the last chime rings out, an Earthani woman with enormous wings flutters down with unearthly grace. Masterfully woven white silk forms a simple gown of nearly flawless elegance that shows off her healthy physique without exposing anything at all. Honored citizens and nobles of LeBlanc, upon this day we have cause to give praise, for we have grown stronger. Our endless goal of self-mastery, of enlightenment and betterment has taken a step forward. A new people have been discovered, and they join with our vision of a better tomorrow. Furthermore, courage, skill, and nobility have unveiled a shining star among the galaxy who we now welcome into our fold as one of our own. Though they have been born of another place and people, we accept them and bid them forever welcome as one of our finest. The announcer declares in a musical tone with the faintest hint of trill echoing in her words. We take you now to a world with a previously shameful history, a place where problems were sent to be forgotten and forsaken. We have learned that doing such a thing does not make us stronger or wiser, and so we have re-embraced the Mordenon system, and today we hold it even tighter, for it is where both a new people and immense courage has been revealed to us. Now I pass your screen towards the Ambassador Greatest Foresight, regardless of dark times, silken honored servant of the Empire, and second divine leader, unrelenting duty, regardless of strain, for thread. The announcer bombastically explains, as she switches into the tinkling silver bell tones of her Thani trill speech. In their proper language, neither extravagant name sounds longer than 3 syllables. The image shifts and it shows a full ceremonial hall. The floor glows ever so slightly with white light as the walls shimmer in chrome. From the ceiling hang ornate crystal chandeliers that disguise innumerable cameras, speakers, and other bits of technology to facilitate the ceremony. The edges of the room are encircled by an honor guard wearing shimmering armor seemingly made of diamond with a slight gilding of gold. There is just enough movement to reveal that these suits of armor actually hold people inside them as a soft music plays just under the level where it's anything other than ambiance. Lady Silken smiles as the camera falls upon her. Whether organizing a trade dispute, introducing the galaxy and new species to each other, or arguing with a belligerent, she does her best work when the cameras are on. My sisters and brothers of Lablin, today we are more than we were. As is our duty to be, we are more. For we welcome the Orhanas into our fold. These people, born of their sacred ancestors, have lived within the shadows of Mordonan. They have long shielded themselves from the light of the sun and stars for fear of its burning power. But upon this day, we officially bring them into the light, not to burn, not to suffer, but to bask in its warmth. We free them of this day of their fears and woes. We welcome them unto our crystal halls and chrome ships. Today we remind ourselves, remind the galaxy and show the Orhana species the benign strength and compassion of the Lablan Empire. Lady Silken explains in a firm and strong tone, emphasizing certain words to really drive them home. The Orhana's people have lived in the underground rivers and the surrounding tunnels, born of the sacred ancestors there. The recent vanquishing of a Gestalt abomination has forced a massive population boom among them. Where we were aiming for a slow, gentle integration, we are left with little choice now. We move forward. No matter the deigns or whims of the galaxy at large, we move forward. Stronger together, she announces. Indeed we do. Forever forward as we must. Your aid in this time of need has been invaluable. Without the Empire, we Orhanas would have starved. The 18th heir says as he squirms forward, his foot contracting expertly and strongly. He is followed by an honor guard of every color wielding shinning spears. They wear little than the bare clothing they already have still. They are clean, exotic, and hold their heads high. I am the 18th heir of Rauda, oldest of my people, barring the sacred ancestors, who, while blessed with eternal life, are not blessed with minds with which to reason. It is due to the Empire and those that have moved with them that we can see the light of the sun without suffering Halmara, the most painful death of my kind. I have lived my life in darkness, devouring the meat of mole and grub, of fungus and root. Now I have dined upon greens and fruits. I have tasted the wonders of worlds beyond. I have stood upon the surface of our home without burning, without death, without the long understood damnation of my kind. He reaches Lady Silken and bows to her. Thank you and your people for your generosity and compassion, for the courage that has you reach out to aid others. I am glad to join my people to the Lablan Empire. It is my hope to make it stronger and wiser for our presence, the heir states. I welcome you among us, but it is more than welcoming you and yours that we honor this day. There has also been incredible courage and compassion showed by those within our borders, but not counted among us. Today that gets rectified. Young man, you and yours may emerge. Slithern emerges now within the traditional protective formation that many families adopt around their men and sons. However, this one is composed of men in white, undaunted formal uniforms, Nagasha women in formal, undaunted training uniforms, and more, all wearing the colors of the undaunted, which match the shimmering color scheme surrounding them, but still seem like a place of complete stability and solidity due to the lack of shimmering from anything but the boots of the men and the gilding of the more ornamental armor pieces the canadors of the group are wearing. They part and slithers forward, head high, scars for all to see, in his new piece of jewelry, nowhere in sight. Trainee Slithern Hardytail Schmidt, reporting as ordered, he says, snapping off a salute to Ambassador Silken, who nods in acknowledgement. At ease, trainee, we are here award you today. Ambassador Silken says, as two crystals from the ceiling lower and then unfold to reveal themselves much larger within than without. When they're completely inside out, they're revealed to be shimmering platforms, each one holding a mat of white silk that holds another object upon it. She takes the first, a shimmering cape that seems to have been woven from nothing less than stars. 18th heir of Rauda. This cape signifies the stars, the very shimmering brightness from which all peoples, places, and wisdom are ultimately born of. It is the symbol of Lablan, and as I place this upon your shoulders, understand that the whole of Lablan embraces more than just you. We embrace your people as well. You will be fed, you will be educated and protected. This Lablan promises you, Ambassador Silken says as she drapes the cape over the heir's shoulders. She then turns to the second platform and picks up a small, shimmering pennant that rests upon white cloth. One she fastens to Slithern's shirt. Slithern Hardytail Schmidt, I have read your story, and I am in awe, she begins with. You were one son of a large family, on the path to being a beloved husband and father. Then when the worst of the galaxy tried to shatter you, you endured. You endured until rescue arrived, and they have filled with such strength that after a time so short as to be non-existent later, you stand before me so strong that you have helped avenge tens of thousands of murdered Lablan citizens. You have proven yourself of such wit, that ancient mysteries unravel before you. The crystal star I award you today is the highest honor anyone not sworn to LeBlanc may receive from it. She takes a breath and smiles widely as she takes a step back. Because this star signifies LeBlanc swearing itself to you, to the example you have set, Slytherin Hardytail Schmidt. I have fastened this star to your jacket. Understand that now all LeBlanc accepts you as one of our best. No longer a mere guest, you are a lord in our space. Unlanded, perhaps, but of lordly disposition nonetheless. Thank you for your services, young lord. I am honored to welcome you among us. She clasps her polished claws together and smiles over the room. Back straight, nothing but pride, wisdom, dignity, and strength is here, as it should be. Thank you all for your patience and indulgence. We will now be heading to our after-celebration feast, which will continue to be broadcasted on this network. This day we all prosper. This day we all grow greater, for that is the way of LeBlanc. Thank you all, she says with a bow to where she knows the main camera is.